First off, I didn't even plan on. The only reason why I took the load to Boise is because it was $3 a mile. I'm already knowing that Idaho is not the best area. But once we got to Boise, my plan was to just sit back for 2, 3 days, let them do this DOT blitz because this was around. I think the blitz was from the 4th to the 6th, so the 4th, 5th, to 6th of May. We was just gonna, relax, let them do their DOT blitz. We a new company. We didn't want to be going through that, so our plan was to just stay out there, get a hotel for 2, 3 days and just relax till the blitz is over, and then hit the road or either do Amazon out there. This is when our score was still okay. So we were going to do Amazon out there or go to Oregon, which is right next door, and do Amazon out there, where they usually have a lot of loads in Oregon and Washington and stuff like that. So we get there. As you guys know, we unloaded that load that we got for $3 a mile. We ended up going to, I believe it was like a Taco Bell, use their Wi-Fi, get some food and get right on the load boards. So as we're on the load boards, I'm on truck stop. I mean, it's one of the deadest boards I've ever seen. It's, only a few things on there. And
DAT was dead too.
Yeah, and she was telling me DAT was dead too. And then what ended up happening?
I ended up seeing a local load on DAT from Boise, Idaho to Idaho Falls, Idaho, which is close, maybe like a couple 2 to 3 hours away. I can't remember the exact, but it wasn't far away at all. So I'll call the guy because I'm just like, okay, this is something local we could probably do since I couldn't find anything else out of Idaho. So I seen that and I just called him. So first he wanted us to just drop it off, but he said something about a round trip. Like he was like, Idaho Falls, I guess a lot of people get stuck there. So he was telling me that he had something coming back. So if I wanted to do a round trip, we could do a round trip. So the first offer we did was $700, but that was just to go straight there. And that was it, just pick it up and drop off. But he offered us a round trip, so we ended up going with $1,300, which was way over $2 a mile. So we took it. That was also my first load I booked, so I was happy. I'm like, we got a load. We got something to do during the blitz or before it started. So we locked in the rate. We filled out the carrier packet. We went to go pick it up from the company. It was maybe 7 crates of medical equipment, medical supplies going to a hospital. So we got loaded up. We got the BOL. We headed to Idaho Falls. We couldn't drop it off to the next day because they weren't even though it was close and we got there early, the hospital wasn't expecting us to the next morning. So we just chilled out, got something to eat. We got up, went down the street to the hospital. We tried to unload.
We got unloaded.
Yeah, we did. But when we first got there to drop everything off, it was a lot of confusion. I guess the managers or whoever were down there didn't know that we were coming to drop anything off, and they didn't know that they had a delivery. So, we running around trying to figure out what's going on. We calling the company to see what's going on and see if they can contact the hospital to find out what was going on. It was just a hot mess that morning.
So as we getting unloaded, they're making calls, trying to figure everything out. Like she said, there was a lot of confusion. And ultimately, they didn't load us to head back. It was on the way to Idaho Falls. I stopped by a local budget facility, and they was able to give us an oil change, top off all our fluids, and also put on some new windshield wipers. And I had them just take a look at a lot of the things going on with the trucks because, like I said, even though we're in a rental, possibly be blitzed by DOT, I wanted to make sure that the vehicle was completely up to standard. So I drug it out, but after we were able to get it maintenance by the budget facility, which had a local mechanic shop connected to it, they didn't do big issues. So that's when they referred us to Rush Truck Center, which has a contract with budget. So resuming the story, we weren't able to get loaded with the load going from Idaho Falls to Boise. So what we ended up doing was we said, you know what, we got a gap in time. Let's take the truck around the corner and go get it worked on. So that's exactly what we do. That was a process in itself. Rush Truck Center ended up taking their time to actually handle the repairs that needed to be handled. They had to order certain parts, and
some of the parts they ordered was the wrong parts.
Yeah, it ended. Yeah. So that took an extra day. So what we ended up doing was getting a hotel anyway, which was everything worked out perfect because basically our truck we ended up getting a load round trip for 1,400 during the blitz. Somehow we still missed the blitz because our vehicle was being worked on. And we were in pretty much a dead area. And I believe their weigh stations anyway said you don't have to pull in unless you're over 26,000 pounds, which we're not. So it ended up working out perfect. So we ended up finally getting the truck back. Our load, meanwhile, they got our load situation handled and they understood what they were supposed to ship. I was in touch with the hospital manager directly. I had his cell phone number. There was no issues there. I also was making sure that we both were in touch with the original shipper and receiver, making sure there was no issues there. We pick up the load. We get the vehicle finally picked up. I had them give me a copy of all the repairs they did just in case we did get pulled over by DOT so they could say, hey, even though this is a rental, look, man, we just dropped it off. We did everything that they said that they saw. Anything else that you guys see that, it ain't like we didn't try. That's not on us. That's on the rental company is what I was hoping to say to them. But we end up taking care of that. We get loaded with no issue. The manager was great customer service with me. We're heading back, driving, regular trip. Like she said, it's a quick trip. It's from Idaho Falls to Boise. No miles at all. I mean, very, very, very easy trip. We get back. We got unloaded with the same gentleman who loaded us. And I made sure that I spoke with the shipper because it was his company and it was his warehouse. They didn't have factoring options with our factoring company. So I made sure that I was on top of him about us getting paid. I didn't want any issues. I didn't want to wait 30 days. And I didn't want to get a check, which he offered to send to the mail, which we didn't have no clue when we would be back home to even receive it. So I didn't want that. So after we got that situation handled, we were literally off on our way. This was a good, perfect load. Everything just happened perfectly.
Right, took up the whole blitz time.
I mean, especially when like I said, when it's a time that's during the whole blitz and everything, it just worked out very, very smoothly. We had a load going to California, as you guys know from watching the video. If you haven't checked that video out, make sure you guys check that out. That was a very, very interesting run that we did, and we got to experience quite a few things during that load, all the way from Minnesota to California. That was one pick, 2 drops. That was our first one. That was one pickup, 2 drops. That one was $4,200. We had another load coming out of California after a slight mishap that morning, going to Boise, Idaho.
All right.
We made a video on that. Make sure you guys check that out as well. That was a $2,400 load. That was $3 a mile for only 800 miles. That was wonderful. Even though the morning started off rocky, it ended up being a pretty good day. And then to cap it off with this $1,300 load, you guys do the math. So
you right.
So yeah, almost an $8,000 week. I know a lot of people, they ask this, which is same type of questions I would ask. So y'all, that's why I love our YouTube family so much, because you guys are not only very interactive, you guys always comment, you guys always like the videos, you guys always we're very attractive to new audiences, and when new people view our channel, according to the analytics, you guys always subscribe. We even have a select community who hits the bell as well, so that way they're notified as soon as we upload. We have a lot of questions of people that ask, well, hey, what's the expenses? What's the breakdown? I'm going to break it down for you. So what we do is we take our insurance and we break it down into 30 days. So I know how much it's going to cost daily to operate the vehicle. We do the same thing with our truck payment, our rental payment, which is $400 a week. So I break that down into 30 days. I break it down into days so I know how much that's going to run me daily. We have 2 load boards that equal up to $80 a month, right? We know when we taking any load, it takes on the low end about 8.8 miles per gallon, on the high end a little above 9. So I always calculate by the low end. So I always calculate, about 8.8 miles to the gallon. That's how I calculate my fuel costs. We do have a fuel card with RTS. We also have something going on with RTS to where if you guys call in, you guys can get the same amazing deal that we received, which we highly, highly recommend. It was negotiated by me, the King Finesse. So
go check out RTS.
So definitely make sure y'all check out RTS. Mention Trucking Out the Box, and my man Chad, he gonna bless you with the same rates. If y'all need that, I might tag him in the description below. So we calculate the fuel costs. Hotels. We do not sleep in hotels. We can't afford it. We're a new startup company. I mean, we're not, this isn't, Jay-Z and Beyonce where we could just be dipping and diving in top of the line hotels every night. When we do get a hotel, it's $50 to $100, and it's not $100. I can't remember when we booked a hotel for $100, especially with me making the call and asking about AAA rates and AARP senior rates, whatever they got. I'm trying to get it. I'm not booking no hotel with the full rate. So we do stay in a hotel very, very sporadically. We calculate that into it as well. Oh, Keep Trucking as well. We have a camera, as you guys know from watching our DOT video. And if you guys haven't watched our video on our first DOT stop, I highly recommend you guys watch that as well. Very informative on what you need to have in order to pass a DOT inspection with one of the highest safety scores, which is very key when it comes to brokers booking you for loads. Mm-hmm. They do have access to your score. Our Keep Trucking payment is $80 a month. So it's 80 because, like I said, we have the camera, and then we also have the ELD system. We pay nothing down for our ELD system. So I know some people, they get $100 off if they mention this, or they might get this half off or something. We paid zero money for our equipment, zero. It's also a backlog right now on Keep Trucking products, so looks like we got it at a pretty good time.
A good time.
Yeah. Another expense is the 10 cents a mile. I just found out that we put over, just during that 2 months, we put over 16,000 miles on that vehicle. That's another reason why I had to get it maintenance. You definitely need to get your vehicle maintenance after 10,000 miles. I mean, that's just, protecting your asset. If you own it or if you rent it, I always suggest you take it to get it maintenance after 10,000 miles. We take that and we times it by that number, and we break that down into daily, So we pretty much know what our daily expenses are, and if you guys take those numbers and crunch them on down, you guys can see out of that $8,000 a week what we were able to take home. After 2 months on the road, we've been able to profit roughly over 50%. That is incredible, you guys. When we were doing the research on our video, on our new business adventure as far as this trucking, we were only predicting and expecting to make, or to profit 20 to 30%. We were prepared for that. We were prepared to do 20,000 a month and bring home 7,000 a month out of that 20. You guys, we've been able to, literally cut back on as much as we can, as often as we can, and be able to make this happen to where we're profitable. That's something that I want you guys to be. That's why I'm doing this breakdown video. That's pretty much the breakdown as far as our expenses. That's pretty much our load and how everything went. I have another video that I'm also going to be uploading later on today. It's going to be about our broker list package that we've been doing, our rental account manager package that we've been doing, And also, since we're finally home now, guys, we're finally home, we have a little bit more time. So another bonus we're giving for y'all is consultations. If you guys want to call us, you want to pick our brains, if you guys want to call us and ask for any advice that we can give you, if you guys want to call us and have us walk you through anything while we're on the phone, we're going to break that down into 30-minute segments and hour segments so we can help you guys get to the point where not only are you able to profit like we are, but even beyond we are. You know, we want you guys, you're not paying necessarily for sauce, you are, but one of the big things that you guys are paying for, whether it's a consultation, a broker list, or if it's our connections that we have as far as rental account managers or anything like that, what you're paying for is some of the mistakes that we made. As far as, you know, not doing the ELD right, which can put you out of business, being overweight, which can put you out of business. Just, I mean, it could using not being able to go to the right gas stations. You get in a hotel every single night, going to a dead area, getting stuck to where it's costing you and your company money. These are things you don't want to go through, guys. And these are things that we have went through that we can tell you and we can game you on so you don't have to go through the same type of things that we've had to go through. We can give you, you know, advice on our little time that we've been able to do this. We, you know, we're not experts, but one thing
we experienced a lot too.
We did. Even if you guys, I know you guys watched our first video by now because it's our most viewed video. Just during that very first trip for us, we experienced so much. We experienced the dispatcher, we experienced the broker, we experienced the DOT stop, we experienced the long haul, we experienced getting stuck, we experienced having to download another load board. That was just the first day. You know, I had a guy ask me in the comments, how long was it before you guys got in touch with a broker? It was after we got our authority active, and I told him, sir, it was 10 minutes, because that's literally what it was. As soon as we got our authority, we were on the road ASAP. We love you guys for watching our videos. We really appreciate it. I really hope you guys continue to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, hit the bell if you want to be notified whenever we upload. Share this video, share it with your husband, share it with your wife, your girlfriend, your man, your cousin, your sister who like, you know, good content, whoever. Put us out there. And like I said, since we are home now, finally, we're gonna
About time,
we're gonna do a lot more videos for you guys. We're gonna be a little bit more consistent. We're gonna let you know, if not in the next video, the video after, what we plan on doing while we're home, besides helping you guys set up. So stay tuned, man. We got a lot of great content coming that you guys are gonna want to be looking out for. So peace.
And we appreciate the support, guys.
We do. We love it. Keep it coming, man. We out.